Finding your purpose can feel like such a daunting experience, especially if you're expecting that aha moment and it just never comes. And you keep wondering to yourself, am I okay? How come everybody else knows their purpose? What's wrong with me? In this video, I share the steps that I've taken recently that have helped me identify my purpose and figure out my passions so that I can create the life of my dream. Hi guys, it's Tamara here, and on this channel we share videos about purpose, passion, productivity to inspire and motivate you to do that thing you've always thought about doing. So let's get straight into today's video. So I've been trying to find my purpose for a really long time, and a really long time is a number of years. In fact, I gave up on finding my purpose. I just started coasting and living life without having any ambition or goals, and whatever happened, happened. I was lucky enough to have a great career that was very good for me. I was learning and I was growing, and it was working for me. In my personal life too, I was also growing. But there was that nagging feeling where I just knew deep down that I could be doing more, or I was made for more, but I couldn't quite figure it out. I remember being so much younger and hoping and praying that I figure out my passion. I would always envy those people who would know right out the bat, oh, this is what I was called to do, this is what I'm going to do with my life. And I'm like, look at you, go get it. I would always feel bad at the end of the day that I wasn't at that stage or at that level. And when I waited for so long and it never happened, I gave up. I just said to myself, you know what, maybe I have no purpose, maybe I have no passion. It's cool, I will just live life like it is. I started hearing other people speak. They're into philosophy. It got me really curious, and so I was like, okay, are we going to wake this thing up again? What's he going to say? Blah, blah, blah. And then it was really interesting to see that your purpose wasn't just one thing, and it was more or less a journey whereby you could have a purpose in this moment, in the now, and it could change based on that purpose being fulfilled. And so that brought some relief to me, because I was like, oh wow, I don't have to do this one thing for the rest of my life. And perhaps that's why I struggled with it for the longest time, because naturally I am multi-passionate. I have interest in so many things, unrelated things, related things, and so it's very difficult to get my mind fixed on one thing. So it was like a breath of fresh air, and I was really happy to see that. And based on that, I started looking up purpose again, and now I'm much older. It was easier to understand a lot more things. And so the steps I took that I actually started gaining some traction and identifying the little things that would come together to then be my purpose had to do with me, first of all, self-reflecting, understanding my values, my belief system, and what it is that I wanted to be known for. So that was like the first thing. And in addition to that, I started looking out for my strengths and weaknesses. You would think that that's the easiest question to answer when someone pops that up to you. What are your strengths and weaknesses? And then you pause and you think, and then you're like, okay. I did struggle with that a bit. And so I started making a conscious effort to notice those things that I would do easily and those things that I would struggle with a bit more. I actually started writing them down so that I could have a clear picture of who I was, where my strengths lie, and where my weaknesses are. I also had the opportunity to speak to friends and colleagues and even my spouse to give me honest feedback and opinion. Please, these are people that really, really know you, and that's where it's valuable. And they told me, based on their experience and interaction with me, areas they believed I had strengths and areas where they believed that there was room to improve, right? And I would connect the dots to look for similar patterns across the things I identified myself and what other people identified within me. And it was such an amazing exercise. It took me at least 2 months to get that done, but I was really, really happy with the outcome of it. And it was very clear where my strengths lie and where my weaknesses lie. So while I was doing that exercise, I was also identifying my interests. Now, the things that I like and would be willing to talk about for a long period of time, even if you wake me up from my sleep. And that one had me very amused because till now I can't connect the dots. I have a love and interest for fitness and wellness. There's skincare. This is my skin, by the way. No foundation, no makeup, nothing. I do take care of my skin. And then there's the professional field where I'm into a lot of mentoring for young talent and leadership and market research and anything that is shiny in the tech space. I'm also there. So my interests are quite varied, but it's unique, and that's what makes me who I am. And I've come to understand that my values, my beliefs, my interests, as well as my work experience come together and center around my reason for being. In other words, my purpose for the moment. And so if you take a pause and think about what your beliefs are, your interests, the experience you have, the skills that you have, and how you can help other people in similar situations in your life that you have gone past, that is your current purpose. As small as it may seem to you, it's a big deal to the next person because that's literally what they're struggling with. And you have won. You have taken yourself from point A to point B, and that's what people are trying to do. And so that's your purpose for the moment, especially if you're into self-development, if you're into shared interests, productivity. Basically, your purpose in life is to help other people get from one point to the other. And the best way to do that is based on your own unique experience. And you share your story. If you find yourself lost, looking for that aha purpose, a great place to start would be first understanding all these things that I've spoken about. Have that good reflection with yourself, and then go ahead to take actionable steps towards trying to help people that may find themselves in similar situations like you have in the past. And through that, you can help them improve their lives, and the fulfillment comes after that. And so with this, I hope that you find it very useful and practical, and you're going to try and think about all these things for yourself, identify your purpose in the moment, and understand that while this is your purpose in the moment, there's a chance that once you do a certain thing and you get more experience, your purpose will continue to change. So I hope you trust the process. Understand it's a journey, it's not a one-time thing. And I will encourage you to watch our video here on achieving your goals this year and doing things differently. And see you next time on the channel. Bye-bye.